Okay, you're welcome, everyone. My name is Devans. Welcome to Chess with Devans. And before I go any further, I want to wish you a happy belated Chess International Day. Yeah, happy belated because it was yesterday, and I'm very sorry I didn't manage to wish it to you yesterday because I couldn't record a video. I wasn't feeling fine yesterday. But today I'm feeling fine, and in my apology for not wishing you a happy Chess International Day, today I'm going to post three puzzles. I'm going to post three videos. I've been posting one, but today I'm going to post three, and they're going to be even trickier than the previous ones. For example, this is a mate in three, not a mate in two like the previous videos. So make sure, if you're new, make sure you subscribe and like the video, leave a comment. If you solve the solution, leave a comment. Um, so basically, this is a mate in three situation. White has two knights and a bishop in the corner, in the h8 corner, and black has only a pawn and it is in this position. So white has to mate black in three moves. So you can pause the video and see if um, you can find the three moves that white has to play to mate black. Yeah, you make sure you leave a comment because I want to see how if guys really have got this one. Yeah, guys have been getting the previous ones and they're like, this was easy peasy. I want to see if you guys got this one. Yeah, I really want to see. Okay, you can pause the video and see if you can find it, and if you find it, please let me know. Okay. Okay, did you find it? Okay, if you found it, please let me know. I want to see if guys really found it because this one also gave me some good high time. So okay, let's try it out. Let's try it out. So we see black has these two knights, but then one knight is not protected by the king. Okay, so if we try to move any other piece, this knight is going to be captured. All right, so the advisable move is either protecting this knight or removing it. So if you try to protect it using the king, so do we get to check to mate black in two moves? Let's see. Black can move here, and this is just a check. It's not a mate. So because black can escape, so you don't get to check it in two moves. This is also still just a check. Black can escape. You don't get to check it. So you can't check it in three moves if you move your knight that way. What about black? If black doesn't try to move the king, what if black moves? What if black moves there? Do you get to check it in three moves? No, because if you capture, then black can escape, and even if you do what three moves, you still can't get it. So you can't get it, and if you capture with your king, then black has to choose from these two which one it would take because these are all hanging. You see, so it is a losing move for white if you do that. So protecting the knight with that move is very wrong. You won't be able to get it, and we know well that the next move shouldn't be the d2 knight because it is protected. We first want to protect the c2 knight because if we don't have a piece, it's going to be hard to mate this white using one bishop and one knight. It's going to be really hard. Yeah, so we first want to protect it. Okay, so as we are seeing, we're not going to protect the knight at c2 because if you try to protect it, then it's going to be a losing game. Okay, we won't lose, but we won't be able to mate black in two moves. So the only option we're left with is to move it. Yeah, we have to move it, and as we see, there are two squares we can't move it, and that's d4 because we're going to be losing it, and and b4, we're going to be losing it. So at least we know those squares, we're not supposed to move it. So we are left with 4 squares to move it. Let's try it out and see. So if we move it to e1, definitely white has only one move to play, because the king, all the squares around the king, the black king, are protected. So the black cannot move its king. All the dark squares are protected by the bishop at h8, and then all these other squares are protected by either the king or the 2 knights. So black has only one option. It's to move the pawn. And if black moves the pawn, then we ask ourselves, what's the next move? Do we capture the pawn? If we capture the pawn, then black can go anywhere and you won't be able to mate it, because it can go to and fro and still you won't be able to mate it in 3 moves. So capturing the pawn does not work. Then if we don't capture the pawn, what are we going to do? What about going in front of the pawn to prevent it from going in front? Then that would be a stalemate, because the king doesn't have where to go. The black king has nowhere to go, so that's a stalemate. So we're not going to block the pawn. So what about if you try a waiting move? Does it get us where we want? A waiting move will mean the black pawn will come here, and then if you try to check, are you going to get the check the mate you want? No, because there's no way you're going to mate it. You only have to run away to protect your knight. So I think moving the knight to e1 doesn't give us the fruits we want. Moving it to e1 doesn't give us the fruits we want. Let's try e3. Does e3 give us what we want? I think it's the same variation, because if you try to do this, then black is going to be left with one move. And then yes, you can get a mate by playing here, and then black will have to go back, and then playing b3 is a checkmate, but then that's a checkmate in 4 moves. You get it? It's a checkmate in 4 moves. So we want a checkmate in 3 moves, so that still won't work out for us. And then all other moves other than that variation, for example, moving here, that will give us a stalemate. So whatever, even if you capture, then you won't be able to mate. You won't be able to mate black in 2 moves. You get? So as well, e3 is not the right move. E3 is not the right move. What about moving to a1? Is it a move that can lead us to a mate in 3? Sorry. I don't think, because still the black king has nowhere to move. That is constant, because all the squares are protected, right? So the only move black has to do is to play the pawn. And again, if you make the mistake of blocking here, then that's a stalemate. We get the same variation over and over. If you try to play a waiting move, still you're not going to get the checkmate, the check in 2 moves, because black can still keep on escaping. So you can get it in 3 moves if you do that. And therefore that brings us to only one move, and that is a3. If we move to a3, do we get the mate in 3 moves? Let's try it out. If we move to a3, the black king has nowhere to move, and black has to move its pawn. So if black moves its pawn and we capture the pawn, do we get a mate in the next move? Because we have already moved 2 moves. Do we get the mate in the next move? That's a stalemate, because black has nowhere to move. Yeah, black, all the squares around black are mated, are checked, sorry, they are protected. So that's a stalemate. You can look through, black can't move any. All the dark squares are protected by the bishop. Then c2 is protected by the knight, all of them. So b1 protected by the knight. On the right of the black king, there is a white king, so that's a stalemate. So capturing is a wrong move. What about if we play here? Still, that leads us to stalemate. So we don't have to play there. Yeah, we don't have to play there. What we do? What if we play a waiting move so that the pawn comes here? By this, do we get a mate? No, we don't, because black can still escape. And now it's going to choose between your two knights which one it will eat. So we have to get a way of preventing the pawn from blocking our bishop. And then that's the right move that brings us to that is, instead of playing the waiting move, the right move is to play to a1, so that the bishop still protects the squares, and then you still have the knights to mate the king. Because if black plays here, then that's checkmate. Yeah, that's a checkmate. So what we have to do is to make sure the knight still protects our lane, and then so it was a3, and then black has only one move, that's a pawn, and then go to the corner at a1, and then black still has only one move to move the pawn, and then you get to check it at b3. That's it. It was very tricky today. I am sure some of you guys didn't find it. Like, you guys have been finding the previous ones saying, oh, easy peasy. But I know this one was a bit tricky. Yeah, I know. And maybe some of you have found it, and big ups to you guys. So if you had found it, leave a comment so that I know you had found it. And yeah, you can make sure you subscribe and like the video, and then I'm going to be posting others. So again, I want to wish you a happy belated International Chess Day. Until the next videos, because today I want to post 3 videos because I'm feeling fine today. Yesterday I was feeling a bit ill. So until the next video, please have a good day.